You'd think Toronto's best summer view is at the rooftop bar or the CN Tower, but the most magical scene is actually hidden in plain sight, in a spot thousands of people walk right past every day. Today we are exploring the heart of the Harbourfront at the peak of summer. From floating surprises and live performances to hidden gardens many visitors miss. But trust me, you'll wanna stay until the end, because I'm saving Toronto's most unforgettable summer view for the very last scene. Let's go! Hi everyone, my name is Nia and welcome back to Persian Travelista. This is part 2 of my Toronto summer series. In part 1 we explored the colourful streets of Kensington Market, and today we're exploring that same summer day right here at Harbourfront, one of the most beautiful places to experience Toronto by the water. So let's start where the city begins to feel like a vacation. The moment I arrived, the energy was already alive. There was music, movement, people gathering around, and this beautiful dance performance happening right by the water. I love moments like this because they remind you that Toronto isn't just a city of buildings, it's a city of cultures, stories, and people bringing life into public spaces. Sometimes you don't need a plan here. You just arrive and the city surprises you. And then I saw something I honestly did not expect. A floating global convenience store on the water. I mean, how cool is this? It was colorful, creative, and completely different from what I thought I'd find at Harbourfront. A convenience store floating on Lake Ontario. Only in Toronto, right?
I am waiting for a bus at the end of the night, under street lamp, bed face flamed by the light. I'm going away, I'm going away, I'm going away.
After that, I kept walking along the waterfront, and everywhere I looked, Toronto was in full summer mode. People were walking by the lake, families were out, friends were laughing, and the whole area felt full of life. And yes, before anyone says it again, I know I'm still wearing the Yankees hat. In part 1, some of you told me, Nia, this is Toronto, you need a Blue Jays hat. But listen, I filmed Kensington Market and Harbourfront on the same day, so the hat survived the whole episode. Maybe for the next Toronto vlog, we kindly ask the Blue Jays for a little hat upgrade. Full Toronto transformation. I'm ready. And if you're enjoying this Toronto summer series, please subscribe to Persian Travelista. It helps this little travel channel grow, and it means we can keep exploring Toronto, Canada, and beautiful places around the world together. As I kept walking, I saw so many people watching World Cup matches on the big screens. Different countries, different flags, different fans, but everyone sharing the same excitement. That's one thing I love about Toronto. You don't just see one culture here, you see the whole world living side by side. Now let's walk through this flag tunnel together and continue toward the highlights of Harbourfront.
Brand new day for love.
And then we arrive at this beautiful white bridge. I don't know why, but it gives me such a European feeling right here in the middle of Toronto. It's clean, bright, romantic, and picturesque from every angle. Let's hop on it for a moment and enjoy the view. From here you can see the water, the boats, people walking below, and the skyline quietly watching over everything. It's one of those spots that makes you stop and think, wow, Toronto really can be beautiful. Now let's walking across the waterfront and look at all these restaurants and cafes along the way. Everything is packed with people, and honestly that's part of the charm. Patios are full, conversations are happening everywhere. Food is coming out and the lake is right beside you. Toronto travel tips: don't only stay downtown between buildings. Come to the water, walk slowly, sit somewhere, grab food or a drink, and enjoy the atmosphere. Harbourfront is where Toronto feels less like a busy city and more like a summer escape. After the restaurants and cafes, the path becomes greener and softer. The city noise starts to fade a little. You're still in downtown Toronto, but suddenly there are trees, open spaces, quiet corners, and that fresh lake breeze. It felt like the waterfront was slowly changing its mood, from lively and busy to calm and almost hidden. And then I reached this tiny beach-like park. It's not a huge beach, but it has that summer feeling. People sitting close to the water, soft light on the lake, and a peaceful atmosphere that makes you want to pause and breathe. After the little beach area, there was another beautiful green space, and this part felt so simple but so heartwarming. People were picnicking on the grass, dogs were playing, friends were sitting together, and everything felt easy. No rush, no big plan. Just a summer afternoon in Toronto. Sometimes these are my favorite travel moments, not the famous landmarks, but the ordinary scenes that show how people actually enjoy a city. A picnic blanket, a dog chasing a ball, people laughing under the trees, and the lake nearby. It was gorgeous in the most natural way. But we're still not at my favorite part yet, so keep walking with me because we're getting closer. I love watching people biking and walking happily on beautiful summer days like this. The whole waterfront feels like it's moving, bikes passing by, people are strolling, colorful pedicabs rolling through, music in the background, and everyone just enjoying being outside. This is the kind of scene that makes Toronto in summer feel alive. As we get closer, the energy starts rising again. The streets feel busier. The views get more beautiful, and suddenly every corner has something happening. And then right at the beginning of this next area, we see this gorgeous pirate ship. Isn't it beautiful? There's something so cinematic about seeing a ship like this against the Toronto waterfront. It makes the whole scene feel a little more adventurous. Around this area, people are picnicking, relaxing and enjoying the view. You can see beautiful yachts on the water, boats moving slowly, and the skyline in the distance. Nature, city, water, people, boats, music, summer, everything is layered here. This is why Harbourfront is one of the best places to visit in Toronto during summer. And there it is, the Toronto Music Garden. This is my favorite part. There's something so special about this place. It doesn't feel like a regular park. It feels like a hidden world beside the lake. Peaceful, artistic, romantic, and beautifully designed. The paths curve gently. The greenery surrounds you. And the water is always close enough to remind you that you are still walking along Lake Ontario. People are there, but the energy is soft. Some are sitting quietly, some are walking slowly, some are taking photos, and some are just enjoying the breeze. For me, this is one of those places in Toronto where you don't need to do anything dramatic. Just walk, breathe, and let the city feel gentle for a moment. Quick travel tip while we are here. If you travel often, don't forget medical travel insurance. Unexpected medical issues, lost checked luggage, travel delays, these things can happen anywhere. I use SafetyWing and I leave my affiliate link in the description. It costs you nothing extra, but it helps support the channel. Now that I've shown you the music garden, let's keep going toward another part of Harbourfront, where the energy changes again, from peaceful garden to food, music, dancing, and celebration. This is what I love about this area. Every few minutes, the waterfront gives you a new experience. And look at these people are dancing and celebrating on the yachts. Honestly, it's so fun to watch. There's music, people are smiling, boats gently moving on the water, and this feeling that everyone is trying to squeeze every drop of joy out of summer. Toronto winters are long, so when summer arrives, people really know how to celebrate it.
Anyways.
And here we are, this is where the food festival energy begins. The whole area feels alive. People are gathering around food stands, walking with drinks and snacks, dancing to the music, and enjoying the open-air summer atmosphere. This is such a beautiful part of Toronto's waterfront culture. It's not just about the view, it's about the experience, food, music, people moving together, families exploring, friends laughing, and the lake right beside it all. It feels festive, colorful, and full of life. If you are planning a Toronto summer itinerary, check what's happening at Harbourfront. There are often events, festivals, performances, and cultural celebrations here, and you might discover something completely unexpected. I want to show you one of the most beautiful photo spots in this area. If you want that Instagrammable Toronto skyline view, this is where you get it. The skyline looks so golden from here, especially when the light starts to soften. You get the city, the water, the boats, and that beautiful open view all in one frame. It's the kind of a spot where you don't need to try too hard. Toronto does the work for you. So if you're visiting Harbourfront, come near golden hour, walk along the water, and look for the skyline opening up behind you. That's where the magic happens. And now we are getting close to the view I promised you at the beginning. I told you there was one scene at the end that felt rare, almost unreal. And even after spending the whole day here, I was not expecting the night to end like this. The light was changing, the sky was getting deeper, the water was becoming darker, and everything started to feel more dramatic. And then I saw it. The Kajama, with the moon rising above it, and not just any moon, this deep glowing almost bloody moon in the sky. I honestly could have watched this view for an hour and not gotten tired. The ship, the dark water, the Toronto skyline, the moon, the quiet movement of everything around it. It felt like a painting. Like one of those moments you don't plan, you just get lucky enough to witness it. This is the kind of view that reminds me why I love travel, even when it's in my own city, because sometimes beauty doesn't need to be far away. Sometimes it's right here, waiting at the end of the summer, right by the water. And this for me was the most magical way to end part 2 of my Toronto summer series. Thank you so much for walking with me through Harbourfront today. If you enjoyed this Toronto summer travel vlog, please give it a like and leave a comment. Tell me which part was your favorite. The floating store, the music garden, the food festival, the skyline view, or that final moon scene. And if you're new here, please subscribe to Persian Travelista for more cinematic travel stories, Toronto travel guides, summer city walks, hidden gems, and beautiful experiences around Canada and beyond. Your support truly helps this channel grow. Until next time, take care of yourself, keep exploring, and I'll see you in the next travel story. With love, Nia, Persian Travelista.